Hello, vinyl community. In case you don't know me, this is George Allen. Vinyl LPs, CDs, and who knows what we'll pull out of the bag. But today, it's my contest entry for Mike at HubTunes. And he's shooting past 100 subs, and I think he's over 200 now. But that's what his contest for was, going by, getting 100 subs, and he is climbing fast. He's got a great channel, shows a lot of nice vinyl, seems to know his music, and I encourage you to go there and subscribe to his channel. So he's got an interesting contest because he wanted us to show just 3 records. He says, I don't want you rooting through your whole collection and pulling out 100 records. I don't think anybody said to pull 100 records. Maybe he didn't say that. Maybe I'm just exaggerating a little bit. Anyhow, he just said pull 3. One from your birth date, one from your graduation date, and a 2021. So, birth date. This was a little bit difficult for me. I had to go back to 1951. Well, 1951 is not that easy. But, believe it or not, 1951, one of the big hit records of that time in that year was Nat King Cole's Unforgettable Is What You Are. And I happen to have that album. And there's several in the vinyl community would probably like to have this album. We got some big Nat King Cole fans. On this album also is Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Plus, red sails in the sunset, blue skies up above. Great album. I'm glad I held on to this. I almost sent this to somebody. It's a good thing I didn't, because if I did, I'd have been out of luck for 1951. So that's what I got for my birth year. Now, for my year of graduation, man, I have a bunch of stuff. Because, 1969 was a big year for a lot of bands. Newer bands, older bands. Big year for 1961. But I went with something that nobody else is going to show. Mr. Flood's Party. Their one and only. One of the first rock bands, psych rock bands, to sign with Cotillion. I think I've shown this album before in one of my earlier videos, but it is a fabulous album. Fabulous album. And it has actually 6 members. What Atlantic Records did when they formed Cotillion and signed these guys, they actually combined 2 bands, threw them in the studio and said, go at it, fellas. And they put this album out. Wonderful album. I bought it because of the cover. It's got a really neat cover. And it's got some great songs on it. Mr. Flood's Party itself. And they came up with that name. I don't remember the names that they are actually going by at the time, the 2 different bands. But it's got some fabulous stuff on it. It's based on a poem called Simon J. Stone. I think one of them was an English major in college. And it's fascinating work. Great guitar work. The guitarist, Rick Mirage, tremendous guitar work. There's some flute work on there that's interesting. Drumming, very good. And it's this Jay Hirsch and this Michael Corbett. They went on to do some other work with some other jazz rock work. And good album, 1969, Mr. Flood's Party. For 2021, I'm going with the super release that came out in February of this year of Study and Brown. As far as trumpeters that have passed on, not living, passed on, Clifford Brown is my favorite trumpeter. And on this he has Max Roach, one of my favorite drummers, jazz drummers. I love this album, it's a great album, and has George Morrow on bass, and Richie Powell on piano, and Harold Land on drums. On tenor sax, I'm looking at it, and that's Max Roach is obviously on drums. Fabulous album, and was waiting for a long time for this to come out, and great album. And sad end that Clifford Brown died at a young age, an auto accident on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I feel bad because that was my home state, but great album. Study and Brown's my 2021 pick. So those are my 3 albums for Mike at Hub Tunes, and check his channel out. I think you will enjoy it. And that's all I have for this contest entry. Okay, see you down the road. Bye-bye.